Hello everyone, it's your girl Faith Adults. You're welcome to my channel. If it's your first time, kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share with friends. Lately, we've been discussing on how Jesus Christ commend faith and levels of faith. In our previous session, we described faith according to the Bible and in different ways. But what we're talking about today is taking risk, having faith. You know that as believers, we have faith. We don't take risk. Some Christians, they can take risk, but they can't have faith. They can take risk, but they can't exercise faith. We know this betting game that involves money. When people input their money and they play the game, they're not so sure if it's going to be positive or negative. They just risk it. They will assume they're taking a bold step to risk their money into it. Whatever comes from it, they have to agree or accept. So, but in having faith, because when you're having faith, you are having faith in God or His Son or whoever you are sent. Having faith is not taking risk. When you're taking risk, you're not sure if the outcome is going to be positive or negative. But when you are having faith, it's certainly going to be positive. You may not know when, you may not know how, but it's going to end well. So, and you know that when you're having faith, is with God. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they were about to be thrown in the burning fire because they refused to worship the God, they were not afraid. They have faith in God. They believe in whom they serve. They know that He is able to save. And they even made a statement that almost looks like a risk. They said their God will save them. And even if He doesn't, you know, when I was describing risk, I said you're not sure of the outcome. It may be positive, it may be negative. But I said for faith, it's surely going to be positive. Those who know their God, they will be strong. Daniel knows whom he serves. He knows the kind of God he has. And we can see that indeed God is worth trusting. His faith was not in vain. Yes, exercising great faith in God is nothing to be compared to having risk. When you have faith in God, is not as the same as taking risk. An unbeliever who doesn't have understanding about whom God is can see it as risk. But believers, we believers that knows the kind of God we have, we know that we serve a living God. As a believer, using the word risk, place of faith, can be equal to doubt. According to my understanding, the opposite of faith can be fear or doubt. So, as a believer, any believer that is using the word risk instead of faith, okay, let's assume you're about to do something that is meaningful or significant, and instead of you saying that, let me have faith in God, let me trust God for this, you're not saying, let me take a risk. So it's just the same as you doubting the power of God or doubting or not so sure of what God can do. I don't know if you get. So as a believer, there's nothing like risk. We don't take risk. It's either we have faith in God or in something else. But as for us, as for me, it's either God or God. Faith in God is never in vain. He has never disappointed. You know, when the three Hebrews says that even if He does not save them, they know that even if they are not saved, let's assume the fire consumed them, they know that in as much as it is God that allowed it, it is for good. Because as believers, after the death on this earth, it is not over. There's a home prepared for believers. Probably your faith ended in disappointment or something. All things work together for good for them that love God. Even if it does not end as you plan it, even if as you believe God, as you trust God, you have faith in God, if it does not end the way you want it to end, does not mean that God is not God. God remains the same. He does not change. He's alive. He works things out for good, for His own. He said, for we know that all things work together for good of them that love God. In that aspect, in that regard, if it does not end the way you plan it to be, it's either two things. It's either for your good, or you did not have faith in God right from the scratch. Probably you're just painting it to be, or you did not love God. Because His word says all things work together for the good, even if it goes as you plan or it does not go as you plan it. It's working for good. All things working together for the good of them that love God. Do you love God? Because if things are not working the way you pray it, probably your prayer is not in the same alignment with God's plan for you. And God's plan is always the best. Even if it does not go the way you want it to go, or it does not happen the way you pray it to happen, it's gonna end well. That is certain. But all things work together for good. For those who love God, that's the first thing there. Those who love God. Do you love God? So if it is not working for your good, so check yourself again. Do I really love God? Does it mean that the love of God is going down? If there's anything you can do to revive it, please do. Because we are letting that all things work together for the good of those who love God. That's the first thing. Do I love God? You may love God before and you may stop loving Him. Check. So all things work together for God. As a child of God, in the kingdom of God, we don't take risks. We have faith. We exercise faith. And faith in Him is never in vain. Know that and know peace. Thanks for staying through. If it's your first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with someone. Bye.